Rod Parsley is a right-wing televangelist. He's the guy who was John McCain's pastor in the 2008 election. And Right Wing Watch turned on his program, and they discovered this.
I need you to understand that there was a precious woman in my meeting in Richmond, Virginia. I was teaching along these lines. She began to shout. She put a little envelope in my hand. I didn't pay attention to it. I went on preaching. That precious woman, 3 months later, shared the testimony with me that she came to that service desperate for God. She was, in fact, ready to be delivered of a child she was carrying. The doctor's report had been that the child had more tumors in its brain than the doctors could even count. She sowed a seed at that point. She did that as an act of her faith. She laid hold on something that night. She said, I'm going to believe what this man is saying. She told her husband, I'm going to this meeting tonight. There's a man of God there with a word from God in his mouth, and whatever he says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to release my faith in it, and God's going to give us a miracle. She gave birth to a baby, perfectly normal, not a single tumor anywhere to be found. How great is our God? There has never been a time like this.
So when people give you money, brain tumors get healed. The brain tumors of the baby of one of the people who come to your church. Okay. This guy is a legalized scam artist. That's what he is. You know who he reminds me of? Peter Popoff. You remember that guy? He'd buy infomercials on TV where he said that if you give him money, send him money, he'll send you holy water. It's just water. And he said, "Oh, give me money and the holy water will cure your bankruptcy." I've never seen a more obvious catch-22 in my life, or an oxymoron in my life. Send me money and it'll cure your bankruptcy. How? They're going to lose more money and they just get water. They don't get any cure for their bankruptcy. And Peter Popoff did the same thing with cancer too. Oh, you're sick? Send me money and I'll send you a cure. Poof. No, these guys are legalized scam artists. Why is it that when you if you're a pharmaceutical company and you sell a pill to cure something, you have to put all the side effects, and you can't lie about the pill. You can't say, hey, if you take this pill and jump off a building, you can fly. You know what would happen? Your pharmaceutical company would get shut down if you did that. And again, you're mandated by law to say, it might give you constipation, diarrhea, your leg falls off, and all this shit. So you have to be very specific about what happens and what doesn't happen. But if you're religious, if you hide behind the veil of religion, you can go out there and say, give me money, your baby's brain tumor will be cured. No problem. It is what are you going to do? You can't go after him. Don't be an anti-religious bigot. Anti-religious bigot. So you're in favor of people scamming people out of money when they need help for cancer. No, you're the immoral one. You're the one that has a problem here. And if you can't get these guys like Rod Parsley, technically on, what he's saying here, which it's almost like you have to be able to. He's telling you he's doing a scam. Well, then I would do the old trick that they used to do for mafia bosses. You find a legitimate thing and get him on that. You think this guy doesn't have tax issues? You think this guy doesn't have some business fraud going on in the background? I'd bet a lot of money that all these televangelists got a lot of fuckery going on behind the scenes. And if I'm in the government, I'm looking into that because this is good enough reason to look into that because they are scam artists and they should be in jail.